Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the lab. I'm, of course, your host, John Burkhead, and we're back with another episode of SOYcast. With me today, as always, the beautiful Andre Knox, the wonderful Albert Emberdor, and the always lovable and best hat-wearing person in the world, Ace Emberdor. How y'all doing?
What's happening, handsome?
Doing well, doing well. How's it going?
Hell yeah. What's up, Albert?
No, I thought because Dre answered, but I think he was referring to you. But Dre's handsome too.
Dre is very handsome.
Idris
Actually, all of you are
Elba.
very, very handsome.
Stop. What do you want for your birthday, Ace? Welcome back to, the goofiest podcast south of Canada. We got some fun topics we're going to talk about today. So thanks for tuning in. I want to start off with something that's been really kind of frustrating for me lately is, as all of you know, we all enjoy us some good sneakers, and sneakers app is hella frustrating. So specifically with me, which kind of frustrates me, is this whole reservation thing. And it's kind of worse than signing up for any kind of draw, because what a reservation thing is if there's a local store near you, you can go and reserve for that store, and then you just go pick up in store. And not even lying, so say you sign up for 10:15, by 10:15, on the dot, it's completely shut down. And I'm just who's reffing the sneaker app, to be honest? Because sneaker shopping has completely morphed into who owns the best bot nowadays, if you think about it. So I was wondering, what do you guys think about the whole how sneaker hunting is now, these online raffles, sneaker apps specifically, and all that? We could start with you, Ace.
I guess how whenever things evolve, you have to evolve with it, and if you don't, you're just going to either fall off and die, right? So with that being said, I think that's the main reason why I kind of gave up on sneaker hunting, because it became a who's who. If you know the best person with the biggest plug, you're going to get the shoe guaranteed, or if you have the best bot, you're going to be guaranteed the shoe. And then nowadays, the camp outs, you might as well bring some punching gloves, because you might end up in a fight, right? So I think people,
if there is camp outs, right?
Correct. Yeah, I think that's why they almost eliminated campouts, because people are, fighting. But if you make things electronic, that's an easier way for people to kind of sneak in and take the shoes from actual people that want the shoes, rather than reselling it. So it's for the youth now, and I hope that they drive it correctly. But for me, myself, I will stick to the memories of old hunting days where I had my camp out chair, post up at 2 a.m. Store doesn't open till 10, but that's when I made lifelong friendships. I think nowadays, sneakers are more competitive rather than back then. It was much more of a community. But once again, I might be an old sneakerhead talking about it. But it's interesting to see what the kids do with it, so if bots is the way to go, then bots is the way to go. But I will always love shoes. I'm just going to watch her from afar now.
That's sweet. It's like a romantic ending there, huh?
What about for you, Dre? I know you, you've always had, or back in the day, you had a lot of heat.
Yeah. Toes were crispy from all the fire that I was rocking. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of gave up on trying to get the hottest stuff. Every once in a while, I'd walk into a skate shop or something and see what kind of SBs were lying around and pick up a few here and there. But yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, I get why, shopping's gone more to online, but given for that certain field that people can get bots and it's like a pay to win situation, that does seem pretty frustrating and unfortunate. I mean, what was that story about the high exec at Nike, the lady who had to step down because it turned out that her son, with her corporate card or whatever, was buying hella shoes and then reselling them, and just gross. So it's one of the things, I wish they could still do campouts. What's the deal? So I know there are a lot of fights. I always associated the fighting with like Jays, like the Jordan community, that lifestyle.
Mhm.
I know that was kind of the biggest one, so maybe that was the one that got the most publicity and stuff. Um, I never really knew if it was happening for like SBs, Air Maxes, like kind of more. I don't know if it's a hit, if we call it hipster sneakerheads or just like the non J's, the non-athletic sneaker area. So is it just because of that they had to stop campouts? Could they not do it now? I mean, I know COVID years it's like a whole wash, so nothing was happening then. But I still feel like you should go back to a camp out. I try to get, like I know we all try to get those undefeated Kobe's. I didn't hear anything back, so I'm assuming that's a L. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of frustrating. It feels like you're never going to get the chance. I'd rather have it be like, hey man, if I'm hungry enough, I'm gonna drive around the city, like walk into random shops and then like Ace knows randomly come across some skater dies and then be like, oh snap, like you got my size.
Basically, how we were
Feeling like
for Popeye
you
chicken
can't really get from
sandwich.
trying to get it from an app. Oh,
I mean, I will say, I don't know if you guys remember this. The Pigeons, when they released, they basically shut down New York for that day because it was pandemonium when that came out. That was a non-Jordan release camp out, but I don't really remember. The one thing is I don't really remember any camp out that I've ever been to, whether it be Jordan or let's say Asics or New Balance or SBs, that I felt fearful, like, oh, there might be a fight to go down. But I don't really remember that. It was never in my sneaker memories that there was ever gonna be a fight. Like I said, it was all community back then. Like we were all, together. We're like, oh, okay, cool. You're into shoes. I'm into shoes. Cool. Let's be friends. Nowadays, it's like they see like, oh, he wants the Travis Scotts. He's an enemy of mine. Like, well, we're into the same thing. What did you expect? Like, no one was gonna want what you want.
I have a go ahead, Dre.
oh, can I like improve on sneakers app to stop bots or random luck? Like, do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the sneaker app is usually just like now they try and do the draws, but basically, you just hit enter and then that's the sneaker app way. But the way to stop bots is to kind of implement a question. So that's what like Undefeated does. So not only do you submit your size, but you have to basically turn in a form and click I'm not a robot, answer a question. And then, that's a way to get around it. But even that, I feel like I don't know. It's not the same. It's like, okay, cool. Let me just do an entry and then hope that hope that I'm lucky enough. But like you said, Dre, it's not like I'm going out and doing anything. It's comfortable and it's convenient versus before where it's like I need to go hunt. I need to go find these stores. I need to like kind of be a little creative with what I'm doing. Of course, you could just go to the store, right? But then, if there were hyper strikes or whatever, like what stores are they at? But everything's so accessible nowadays. Albert, I want to get your thoughts because I see you thinking there.
Yeah, just like everyone says, like, hunting in general. I remember driving all the way down to the valley just to get some shoes at a local skate shop. And that's what I miss about, the sneaker game is just going out and fighting the shoes instead of fighting the bots or, having to go on StockX and paying crazy amounts of, resale value on it. It's insane and it's definitely deterred me away from like just trying to get the best heat.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, it's just crazy, but it's never gonna go away. Like it's just instead of the community of buying and trading and selling, it's now, trying to make the most money out of getting as many pairs as you can get.
So do you think that's why like fights happen and certain things are more out of control because low key you're messing with my wallet? And, some people are like, don't mess with my wallet because that's how I eat. Like, this is what feeds me, whether if it's money wise or like likes wise, right? Because if you're an influencer, if you're this or that, you have to look a certain way, have a certain image. Oh, I got the newest stuff because I'm that guy.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm already in line and I waited there 4 hours and then I just see people kind of sneaking in front of me, of course I'm going to say something, and then they're going to try to get violent. Like, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm not going to die over shoes, right? But I'm going to say something. And if it becomes physical, like, dude, are we really going to be fighting over shoes? Is it really that important? To me, it's not that important, right? But it's crazy. Like, I know Nike knows this. I just don't know why they don't make more, you know? Like, they've heard of people dying over Jordans, people, getting their Jordans stolen right after they purchased it, and they don't do anything. They'll create a model that no one really wants and then bulk up on that, and then you'll see it at the Nike outlets. Why don't you just bulk up on like SKU models that that are going to sell, and tack on an extra 10,000, 15,000, units? Sure, not everyone's going to eat still, but at least you're at least trying to provide more units for people to get. So, I mean, once again, like, is it really that exclusive? Is the exclusive shoe really that important? Like, I know for a fact that undefeated Kobe's that released, they probably created what, let's say 5,000, but for a fact it was going to sell out, right? So why not create 20,000, right? But there's a reason why all four of us is over here and they're not working at Nike.
True.
What's the reason?
Because we're cooler.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, another way too. Like, let's say if you're doing if you don't want people to fight, I mean, I'm guessing they're still going to fight. Won't you just do an actual in-person? I know Undefeated does this as well. They'll do an in-person raffle because I'm still kind of skeptical regarding these online raffles. It's like, okay, cool. How many, pieces are you actually guys giving away if we're raffling? Are you guys raffling all inventory? Or are you guys just like, or you're letting the employees eat first and then raffling off the last 7? You know what I mean? But if you're doing an in-person raffle, at least okay, all 60 pieces are being raffled off. I know Atmos, they ask you for your Instagram handle. Why would you need to send your maybe if you have more followers, you're more likely to get the shoe. Okay, well, this guy's going to shout us out. He has 7,000 followers compared to I only have 800 followers.
Show off.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give it to that guy. He doesn't really know anyone.
You're right, Ace. And Dre, I was gonna ask you. I know that I forgot what SB it was that got released. It looked like the Laker colorway. I don't remember the name, but they were like black and yellow, or excuse me, purple, yellow, and white. But the winners who won, they had to walk out of the skate shop wearing them. What are your thoughts about that, Dre?
I mean, to make sure that they don't get them just to resell them.
Right.
I kind of like that. I mean, it kind of sucks because like if you get lucky enough to win the shoe, then it should be yours to do what you want if you want to resell it. It's like that shouldn't be against the law. But in a way, I think that's kind of cute that they're like, we only want to really let people have these shoes if they're like actual sneaker heads or people who are going to rock them and do that. So like, I'm not mad at that. I think, it's like a cute one-off. If someone gets really lucky and then, needs to come up on like $1,000 or $2,000 for some crazy rare shoe, and that money could help them, like, as you said, feed their family or get out of like pay off some student loans, like, hey, I feel like that should be fair too. But it is just kind of crazy. I do like the way the Ben & Jerry's had, that like kind of, you had to answer all these questions, and there was like kind of some history stuff so people could kind of learn more about the skate culture and the skate shops that were involved and stuff like that. So as far as sneaker apps or doing draws, I would at least want to see more creative stuff done like that, like the way it was with the Ben & Jerry's. If not, then let people go to skate shops and maybe I don't know, I guess they have to have like guards posted up or something, but I know that's extras, but like a security guard to make sure stuff doesn't pop off in line. But yeah, like I never saw anything pop off like in line when I was hunting for shoes, but I know it's crazier. Ace mentioned, or maybe John mentioned, influencers. Everyone, like everyone's like their own personal brand now, as opposed to back in the day. You got the shoes and wanted to, like, well, one, you wanted, you like the shoe, wanted to wear it because it's dope or whatever. Or two, you wanted to like hype beast and flex on people, which is, I'm not hating on people. I guess that's like a legit reason to rock the shoes. You see people out there not trying to crease their shoes, but they're out there trying to get seen by the public of for them wearing their shoes. But the cool thing about that would be that no one would know that you have anything important unless they're in that community anyways. So, but now it's all about like, yeah, let me get this shoe, let me post it here, let me get people to see this and do likes. Oh, Kylie Jenner wore Nike SBs, so now like everything's $2,000 and up, and so yeah, it's definitely way more hyped and kind of less about like a smaller community. But I mean, anything that gets big is just gonna kind of reach that situation.
Well,
Albert,
I mean, I would say
go
this
ahead,
too.
Ace.
I know you were saying some skate shops made you walk out with it. I know some skate shops that made you do a kick flip in them. In order for you to walk out with them, you had to do a kick flip in either to purchase the shoe or kick flip in the shoe, and they'll let you purchase the shoe afterwards.
Can you do a kickflip, Ace?
I mean, I can do it at Tony Hawk's skateboarding on Nike, on N64 and the SNES and all of the platforms. But in person, I'll probably break the board first rather than landing it.
Drake, can you do a kickflip?
Nah, definitely not.
You know who can
I can
do a
do it on a quick
kickflip?
deck.
Oh my god, Albert, you can definitely do a kickflip, right?
No, I can't.
We all know who can do kickflips, and that's our boy Tricky Jim Dre.
Oh yeah.
That boy can do a kickflip. Albert, yeah.
Oh, sorry. If it came out that like I had to do a kickflip to get the Slam Cities, then I'd practice. Like I had a week to learn how to do a kickflip, then I would learn that for sure, 100%. I would learn it.
I love the Slam Cities.
Those are really nice shoes. Those are probably one of my grails that I never got my hands on. That for a decent price, if they're still around and not charging an arm and a leg, I would definitely probably grab those and wear them funky in front of hype beasts. So like, oh, he's wearing it wrong, and I get to look at them like, ha ha ha.
So Dre, I love that this is going to transition to it. Dre, you mentioned the word hype beast. Ace, you just called some people some hype beasts, and you want to flex in front of them. Albert, what is a hype beast?
We're all hype beasts.
Yeah, I think we're all hype beasts in some sort of way.
Right.
But I think the ultimate hype beast is if you simply just go to the mall and walk around and you're wearing heat and somebody else wears like, is obviously wearing like some Nike SBs or Jordans or just regular heat, recent heat that you've seen online, and, you look at their shoe and you size them up and you're like, okay, that's cool. But then they size you up and they look clueless. And I'm like, yo, like, what kind of, if you're wearing heat and you don't know my heat, like that, I think that's the true ultimate hype beast right there. You got a game recognized game, you got to show what's up, do the little head nod, but I think that's the ultimate hype beast.
100. That's a good way. I like that, the head nod. I like the game recognized game. I'll say this. For me, a hype beast is we're at the gym and it's a guy coming in wearing a shirt. I work out at the gym. Like, bro, we get it. You're at the gym. Mm-hmm. Why are you wearing that shirt? Mm-hmm. We're already here, bro. What are you doing? That's the hype beast for me. Like, we're already at a function where we're all here to collect shoes. You're not any different from any of us, but yet they're still trying to flex on us. Like, dude, we're at a sneaker, it's the dunk exchange. Who are you flexing on? We all know what you're here for. What's up? But yeah, I mean, Albert has a good point. Like, I remember I had the Ronnie Fieg A6, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just walking around casually. And this guy that, just recently got a pair of Nike SBs, congrats to him, kudos to him. I give him the head nod and he looked at me like, oh, he has ugly shoes on. Oh, you don't even know what's Ronnie Fieg A6, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not, once again, I'm not there to try to flex him. I'm telling, hey, congrats on you, kudos to you.
Yeah.
I'm more of the community vibe, and he's looking at me like, oh, Asics, what are those? Are those Oasics?
Oh my God. That is their symbol, not a letter, by the way. Dre.
Oasis.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of a story, Albert, what you said, because I remember when I used to work at a restaurant.
What restaurant?
CPK, where you and Dre also worked. But I was serving one day, and this, older white dude walks in with this kid, and he's wearing Air Mags. And I was like, yo, and I just look at him, and he takes a look at me, and he gives me the nod because he knows that I recognize like what he has on me. Obviously, they're Air Mags, right? But he just looked like he honestly looked like a big geek, like he was just into Back to the Future. And that's why he has them. Not that he's like into the sneaker game at all, but like he's a geek and he's a nerd and he loves Back to the Future. That's why he purchased them, because that's why why you would buy Melvins, right? Like because you like the artist, not because it's the thing to do. But like me personally, I love Anderson .Paak, so I'm gonna buy the Anderson .Paak Vans, not because I'm into Vans, because they're literally the only Vans that I own, but I fucks with Anderson so much that I'm gonna rep him because that's the respect I have for him.
Correct.
Yeah, and I mean that's completely fine. I understand. Like if you're a fan of the mags and Back to the Future, like if you know what you're rocking, that's fine. But there's just it's a different thing when you don't know what you're rocking. You're just wearing it because you saw, like Dre said, Kyrie Jr. or Travis Scott. It's just the in thing, and that's what just shakes my head, and I'm just damn. You don't know anything about what's this culture, this community that's behind all that shoe that you're wearing.
Yeah, bro, you don't know anything about anything, bro.
I never had your car.
You don't know what color box that comes in. You're trash.
but I mean, I understand it too to a certain point. There's people that wear like Iron Maiden shirts, Rolling Stone shirts. That can't list off 5 tracks from them. And I get it. It's fashion, right? It's cool, right? But don't look at like, oh, okay, I'm cool and I'm better than you, when you kind of really don't know what you're wearing. I mean? Like appreciate what you have, I mean? And if they're just doing it for clout, and I'm like, it kind of depreciates what you're wearing to me. But if you're wearing it, you can wear anything plain and you're like, oh, like I'm a big sneakerhead, and and I can tell you're really about the culture. I respect that person who would probably has less followers rather than the person, the influencer who's just wearing it for clout and hype. And then next year's trend is going to be Birkenstocks. Right. Cool. They're rocking Birkenstocks and they're going to throw away their Crocs. They're probably, give away all their SBs because the next thing is Birkenstocks, right?
It is really cool though when you see like a super old, but how old? I don't want to talk poorly on the old people. Shout out to all of our old, like the old heads. But yeah,
are you calling me out, Trey? Are you calling me out?
No. But when, like if you see someone in their 60s or something and they got some like,
so you're really calling me out?
That's always tight, like maybe their kids got the shoes for them or something and they're rocking. I always love to see that as opposed to some young, sexy hit kid, like who's trying to be in the scene and, like super hyped out. Like I like fire that's worn very low key and unassuming or even beat up. I think that's kind of tight.
Yeah, respect to rock them instead of stocking them. I mean, really, if you're gonna buy a shoe, wear them. I mean, and give them some personality, give them some creases, give them some little dirt on it.
Have you seen those Jimmy Sweatpants Vans?
I was one of the people that tried to purchase the pink chukka boots.
Yeah. How'd that go?
I'm hope first off, shout out to Jimmy Sweatpants. It was an honor to work with him.
He's a real one.
He's definitely a real one. I try to support, but I'm glad that the shoe sold out.
Who's Jimmy?
Jimmy, he's one the only white skater on the ice cream skate team.
Oh, okay.
We worked. Me and Dre worked with him briefly at Pink Dolphin.
Hey, okay, that's cool.
But yeah, he's a real down to earth cat. Like he's one of the coolest cats ever. I try to support. I'm hoping that a bot didn't get it and it
Mm.
actually went to someone that's gonna rock them. But
Right.
those chukka boots are fire.
Mhm. Yeah, like I saw those and I was thinking like, oh man, Ace, like this is right up Ace's alley. I wonder if he's trying to.
I was on my phone trying to pick them up, and right when I press checkout, it says, "Sorry, items in your cart are sold out."
Yikes.
You're
Yeah.
ass.
That's why you got
Can
to be on your phone and your tablet and have 4 monitors. Sorry,
can
Albert, what were we gonna say?
can somebody tell the Boca story?
Oh,
The
that's a good
Boca
story.
step?
The Boca Step.
The Boke
You know that
step.
that was dubbed by Dre. So let's give that one a Dre real quick.
Oh, I
Ooh,
mean,
story time.
yeah, well, this is during the heyday of of all of us, but me and Ace for sure were definitely on some sneaker hunts and thick into the SB game. So I believe we were at a active skate shop over in El Segundo. We used to go there. We had some homies who worked there, and Active was a solid skate store that had a pretty good account with SB. So,
I believe they're closed now, Dre, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's right.
oh,
Yeah,
did it?
rip. Oh, rest in
Yeah.
peace. Oh, rip.
We're back to. Sorry, continue.
Um, but yeah, so and actually, I think that day I ended up picking up the lobsters, like original ones. This is before we knew there were going to be other colors and all that stuff. It was just the lobsters. It was a cool premium shoe, $130. Came with like a thing that looked like a rubber band around it. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna cop these.
Yeah, you can't beat that with a baseball bat, man. $130 for some lobsters.
Hold on. And just to reiterate, you walked in.
Yeah, walked in. Yeah, like
No
You're so
camp
dumb,
out, no
Albert.
bot, no nothing,
Yeah.
no plug.
Can you
And
imagine?
maybe a plug, but
Can you imagine
Oh,
lobsters
shout
now?
out Reggie. Shout out Reggie for
Hey,
the plug.
Reggie.
yeah. And yeah, so made the purchase. We're just chilling, kicking it, doing whatever. And then me and Ace went outside, and we saw this one cat wearing some Boca SBs,
Boca Juniors.
the
Yeah.
Boca Juniors.
I'm pretty sure. See, that's the crazy thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what the Boca Juniors are, and we're probably saying this, and people are probably nodding their head, not knowing what we're talking about. So Boca Juniors.
just like true hype beasts they are.
Yeah, this
Oh
is
wow.
and this
Don't
guy,
worry, I'm gonna put a picture up. I'm gonna put a picture up of Bocas and Red Lobsters in the edit room. Don't worry.
Okay.
Everyone will know what they are after this.
yeah, the Boca Juniors with that, like nice little blue, some yellow, accents on there. It's a solid shoe. But this guy was stepping in them like he had on like some like holy sandals that were like kind of ordained from above or something, and he was doing the slow walk to where he wouldn't crease the toe box at all. So he couldn't his toes couldn't bend, his ankles couldn't bend. He was walking like a robot. I was like, man, are you like trying to like not step on any like cracks or something? We're just like, man, this guy's doing a Boca step. Craziest thing I'd ever seen. I mean, and so yeah, we're talking about hype piece. Like that was the definition of a hype piece, because it's like, don't wear the shoe if you can't afford to like get any sort of scuff mark on it. I mean, and these weren't Tiffany's, these weren't Jedi's, these weren't Supremes even. Like it was like these were just Boca Juniors, and he was like a cat burglar trying to walk down the hallway.
It took him like 30 minutes to get from the parking lot to active. Like we were watching him, like, dude, what's taking him so long? And it took him a long time to get from the parking lot to.
So from that, we dubbed anytime someone was acting kind of funny in their shoes and not trying to get them dirty, they were doing the Boca step.
Oh, there was
Boca.
Boca stepping, definitely. He was Boca stepping for sure.
But Dre, what's your feeling about using a urinal when you have some heat on your feet?
Oh man, that's a problem.
So what's up with that, Dre?
That's why Dre carries around trash bags in his back pocket.
I mean, kids need a bib when they're sitting at the dinner table. Hypebeast need some covering for their shoes if it's a stand-up urinal. So
you definitely don't want.
it's hard out there in the
ladder.
Yeah,
You should invent some shoe brellas or something.
Hey,
Oh.
$1 million idea.
That would be clean. And they
Yeah,
would
but
shoes clean.
right. I just hate when I'm at a urinal and I just like fart around dudes.
Yeah.
What?
You guys
That's why
don't
I got
just like
pink eye.
You guys ever seen someone's heat sitting like the shoes next to you, like in the stall next to you, and then be like, "Hey, man, got some fire right there, bro."
And then he reaches under and he does this. Just gives you the thumbs up, like, hey man, hey, game respects game, man. Appreciate you.
you just tap like, hey man, nice tiffs.
And then there's like a little fart sound.
Oh, that's coming from John at the urinal.
He just gives you a slow.
Exactly.
I like how you guys all use the restroom at the same time. That's cool.
They probably thought we dined and dashed. Nah, we're just using the restroom, man, all together.
Our bowel movements are synced up. You know what it is.
Oh, man, this is going off the rails now.
That's how we mess up the whole plumbing system if our bowel movements sync up.
Oh geez, speaking of syncing up, Ace, what about that one time when we all went to San Jose and the infamous Black Rose phrase came about? Do you remember that? Because that's synchroing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is that's another Dre story right there, man. Luckily we have him on the podcast today for the quick Black Rose sync up. I mean,
Oh, you mean at the actual tournament? I was meeting at like Desi's aunt house. Remember?
Oh,
yeah, the aunt house. That's where
where it came.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what we ate, but all of our stomachs were like, all right, guys, let's go. It's time to go. And that was the first time I started doing the little poo-poo stomp right in front of the door. Like, yo, man, come on, Desi, let me in, man.
So background for everyone. There were 6 dudes, all Yu-Gi-Oh heads, which means we're hella geeks, playing at this tournament, and we shared one bathroom. So 6 geeks, one bathroom.
That should be a game show. 6 dudes, one bathroom. Who will be eliminated first? Who will shit their pants first?
Who will need to run to the actual like other bathroom?
There's definitely a channel on the hub.
I hate you, Albert.
But yeah, back to the bogus stepping, I guess. But yeah, until this day, there's a few people I see every now and then doing the bogus step. And I think the most recent one, I couldn't help myself but laugh. We were waiting, we were at a restaurant, me and Sandra were waiting to get seated. And I don't remember what shoes he was wearing. He was wearing Air Jordan 1s though, for sure. They were light blue. And I think he was getting complimented on it too. And I think that day I forget what shoe I was wearing. I'm trying to look back. I think it was some Nike SBs. And I walked in, put my name down, and both of their conversations just stopped and looked at mine. I was like, yeah, man, like I'm walking in, I'm trying to put my name down with some heat.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that chili too, man. What's up?
But apparently, I guess they found out like the wait was too long for him, and then all you see him is Boca stepping back to the car. They're like, hold on, guys, like, wait, hold on, wait. He's like trying to go back to the car, like, yo, man, like, crease our shoes, man. But I personally like to wear my shoes. I like to crease. I really don't care. Scuff, that means you worn them. But I try to keep them as clean as possible.
Yeah, keep them clean, but give them a little personality, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Although I will say that I do have some shoes that are just like designated like, all right, these are date night shoes. I'm not going to wear them every day. Like I feel like a little bit nicer in them. Like
go ahead and tell us what your date night. I know you just want to tell us what your date night shoe is, man. Go ahead and tell us what your date night shoe is.
I wore them at Mortal Kombat. It was the Space Jam High SBs.
Okay, what else? What are your other date shoes?
Who was your date?
Yeah.
No one. I just want to look cute for y'all, but I mean, because like those I feel like nicer. Dre always talked about like having patent leather shoes and like you can get into a club with those and like they look nicer. I wish I had patent leather Avengers. Those would definitely be date night shoes for me.
Yeah, those are sexy.
Yeah, so like with something like that, do I want to wear them all the time? Yeah, but like I'm gonna reserve those for like date nights versus other shoes where I'm just
Well,
like, okay,
what are your other date night shoes other than your Space Jam highs, man? Come on, man. I know you want to tell us.
Socks.
What you got? What you got? What is? I know you want to tell us.
Ace, you're making me tell. I have a few date night shoes that I haven't worn. But
Okay,
yes, I do have chunky dunkies that are on
Chunky
ice.
donkeys.
Oh, okay.
For
Hype beast.
I can't believe I hit with the sneaker app. I mean, I was talking smack about it earlier, but I'm one of the few that has actually hit on a hype shoe. So yeah, I do have them unworn for reserved for date night. It's hard to date during COVID, right? But you know, when the right occasion comes, aka Dre's bachelor party, you know,
Hey.
I'm gonna have to break them out. And am I gonna care if they get scuffed or stepped on or whatever? Not at all.
Are they going
Speaking
to
of,
be missing from your luggage? Probably.
I will not take them off my feet. I am jumping in the pool with them bitches. Like, no. Nice try. But speaking of being stepped on, Dre, I don't know. Dre has all the stories. Dre, I remember you told us a story about how you were wearing some nice shoes, and the girl you were dating at the time was trying to troll you, and she stepped on your shoes. What shoes were those?
I mean, you know, well, they
This
were
is
just
making me mad just thinking about this again.
I mean, at the time, they were just like whatever shoes. They were the Clubber Langs. The
Once again, I don't think a lot of people are going to know what the Clubber Lang mids are, but there they go, right there, Clubber Lang mids. But keep going, Dre.
Yeah, Lang, you know, beautiful, like white, little powder blue. You know, inspired off of like a nice what Rocky 3, I think. Mr. T.
Yeah. I pity the fool. I'm the best. I'm the best.
And yeah, so you know, like they were just, you know, just another pair like in my collection, but they were super clean.
Yep.
And I mean, I guess I had a little Boca step vibe in me for that. Not in the fact that like I didn't want to walk in them, but you know, you don't want to get them dirty if you can like avoid it. So I was dating this girl at the time. It was still kind of new, maybe like a month in, and she was really big on trying to see what she could get away with. Like she thought she was all bad and all sedity and all this sort of stuff. So like I could tell like with other guys, she'd want to push like the envelope and be like, you know, I'm so fine that like I can piss this guy off and he's just gonna take it because like I got it like that. But I mean, she didn't have it like that over my SBs. I know that. So we actually went to school together. So we were in class, and you know, I was chilling there with my kicks, and she'd be noticing I'd be rocking stuff. She's like, "Oh, those are really cute. Like, what are those called?" And I was like, "Haha, babe, you don't want to worry about that." And so, you know, she
I'm sorry, Trey. That was too good.
She saw that I was happy with my shoes. You know, I'm just a guy. You know, like sometimes ladies kind of get angry when like men are just happy doing themselves, you know what I mean? I was just chilling with my kicks, and so she wanted to be like, hey, well, like what would you do if I were to like step on these and stuff? I was like, oh, like I mean, it's cute, but don't step on them. She's like, no, like really, like what would you do? Like you couldn't get mad at me, right? Because I'm me. And I was like, I mean, there's no reason for you to step on them, so don't worry about it. It turned into this big fight because she kept putting her foot really close to my shoe, was trying to like, do like a almost sort of situation just to see what my reaction would be. And I was just like, yeah, man, you need to chill out. But yeah, it was Clever Langs. I don't know. So needless to say, that relationship didn't work out. I think
but you still got the Clubber Lang, so hey, it worked out.
We stopped talking.
He almost got the Clubber Lang.
Like a week later. So yeah, man, that was crazy. I was like, why do you want to step on my shoe? And it was white. If it was like something like a dark shoe, maybe I wouldn't worry so much. I was like, why did you want to step on my shoe just to be like, I'm so cute, so you're not gonna get mad at me and stuff.
And the problem with the Clubber Langs is it was a buttery suede, light, like powder blue suede, so any scuff, especially a shoe mark, it would have totally messed up the shoe for no reason. Yeah, now, exactly. If Dre was, like, all right, cool, if it was on accident, sure, it's on accident, right? But on purpose scuffs, she would have caught the Clubber Lang elbow to the forehead.
But, another story from my school. So I was, this is in college. I was at Cal State Dominguez Hills. And so this was, I mean, maybe like a week or two, maybe a month after we actually had found the skater dyes and had those.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, that was probably my favorite shoe from my collection because it was super organic the way we found them. You know, we had seen like them from like the pre-looks and the websites and the blogs, and we were all hyped. And they were trying to find some, and we couldn't. And then just randomly walked into a shop out near like Fairfax and Melrose, and then they happened to be there. So I love those shoes, and I was chilling with friends at school. You know, they saw that I had shoes. They didn't realize how much of a sneakerhead I was, and we wanted to get to this place like across campus, but there was just this big kind of like stretch of like grass. So there's walkways this way, that way, but like the shortest distance would be to walk through the whole grass kind of yard, amphitheater area. And so they start walking like it's no big deal. And then like I have this like existential like crisis of I just got these skater dyes and now I'm going to be walking through grass and it looks like it might be kind of moist or, maybe sprinklers happen, but then I can't have them look at me and think I'm a crazy person. So I decided, I got to suck it up. I got to get them dirty. If I do, I'm not going to walk, 5 minutes around the way while they go the shortest distance. But I was Boca stepping through that grass.
This is where Dre learned how to walk on his hands.
That grass and my skater dyes. I remember that. So, yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, I got to give that guy second, a little slack. Maybe, sometimes you have to Boca step,
Yeah.
I actually still have my pair of Clubber Langs, and they're a dirty powder blue now.
Oh.
Dirty because you own them?
No, Dre's friend came over and stepped on him.
Started stomping on him.
I didn't step on Dre's, but I'm stepping on yours.
Would that be equivalent to like you stepping on, your girl's designer bag on purpose?
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, if she has, if you can tell us a person has like, oh, well, I'm trying to keep this clean, nice, and pristine. I myself, okay, cool. You don't want this to kind of get damaged. I'm gonna handle it with care, right? But if I'm just tossing her bag around and, oh, where did this scratch come from? Like, I don't care. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into a fight. Same way she would, purposely step on my shoes. I'm like, why would you purposely step on my shoes? Now you're single.
I mean, shoes have that, like, some, have really soft, special materials, right? So I equate it to be like, if she has a designer bag and we were just to randomly be like, grab out her lipstick. Oh, hey, babe, so you love me, huh? Okay, that's what's up. Hey, yo, peep this. Do you love me enough? And then you take her lipstick and start, signing your name on it and shit. That's, that I feel like that would be that kind of level of disrespect and damage to her property, is if you're going to try to step on our SBs.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel about it.
SBs, man, some of them a bitch.
Someone hurt Andre.
Yeah, man, I'm still, man.
Someone hurt Andre.
It's with me.
Oh no!
Sorry, you brought up your Clubber Langs, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And put away, all right, ladies, put away your lipstick when you're on Dre, by the way.
Oh my god. Dre with all the stories though, for sure. But yeah, I just remember when you told me that, I was like, why would anyone step on your shoes on purpose?
Dre was texting me like, yo, man, this girl's acting crazy, man. She's trying to step on my shoes. I got in my car like, yo, where you at, man? I'm about to save your ass real quick, man. What's up?
Yeah, got to mob out there.
Oh geez.
I need backup for that one.
Nah, you good. I have a kind of out of the blue random question, actually. We're gonna start with Albert. Albert, would you rather go back to where you're 5 years old with all the knowledge you have right now, or stay the age that you are and gain all the knowledge that you're gonna learn from your future self? Let me know if you want me to repeat that.
5 years old, 100%.
So you would rather go back to 5 years old with all your current knowledge now and then relive your life?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy every sneaker you see?
No.
He's going to buy two.
Yeah.
One to rock and definitely one to stock. And he's going to,
exactly.
He's going to fly to Houston. Hey there, little Travis. You're gonna wear this first, okay, Travis?
Yeah.
Oh,
You mean you're not going to invest in Apple stock?
And then he's gonna fly to Akron. Hey, what's up, little LeBron? You're gonna be my friend, okay?
Yeah. You want
That's,
to shoot some hoops?
yeah, and that's the plan right there.
no,
And-
Albert's gonna get him like really bad form, and then
And then LeBron never makes it.
You'll never hear LeBron. You never hear of like Travis Scott or anything.
and Albert's gonna be one to say, "Oh, that's why," because when he shoots just like me. So, Albert's a good shooter. I'm just saying, if any of us were to kind of get into the path of LeBron, I'm sure we would mess up his whole game.
Okay, Knox. Well, since we're on the topic of LeBron, would you beat LeBron in a one-on-one if you had your skills, but his body and athleticism, and he had his skills, but your body and athleticism? So you become LeBron James, right? You take on his body and his athleticism, but it's your skill set.
Man.
Okay.
Oh, no, but it's your skill set. And
Right.
LeBron has your body, but his skill set. So he has your athleticism
Right.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
Would
think
you
I-
beat him on a one-on-one?
Oh, most definitely. I dominate.
Without a doubt.
Take away his size and everything. What's he got?
Yeah, man.
Like a receding hairline?
Shots fired.
To himself. Jeez.
Nah, bro. But yeah, no. If I had his size, I would definitely clown him on the court. 100.
That you too, Ace? Would you be the same way?
I wouldn't even play. I'm like, yo, man, I'm too good for this, and just walk off the court. Because I got your body now, LeBron. Bye.
Oh, geez. That's the premise of Space Jam 2. Spoiler alert.
Yikes.
No, I'm kidding. I that's definitely not the premise of Space Jam 2. I was
You
making that part
are
up.
about to get a bunch of thumbs downs on this video, man.
It's okay. It's okay. No. Space Jam 2 is actually like it's kind of like Monstar-esque because they do take, I don't know if they take talent, but they're like the other team is modeled after like Candace Parker, Damian Lillard, and those cats, like other good current stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It's
how
kind of like Uncle Drew's cast.
why Uncle Drew?
Well, didn't he have like?
Oh yeah, he had Maya Moore and Kevin Love. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had him dressed up like old people, and Maya Moore dunked on someone. Oh man, yeah, basically like that. But anyways, just wondering. I have another question for y'all. So we all watch Mortal Kombat, right?
Huh?
Ace, did you know that they released like trailer footage, like 7 minutes of the movie before the movie came out?
Yes.
Did you know they did that for Spyro, which comes out tomorrow?
Also, did you guys who watched the first 7 minutes before it came out? Yeah, I watched it too. So Dre was the only one that came in without watching it.
Drake came in dry.
Did you know there was a 7-minute video of the first 7 minutes out? Or
Yeah. Like I think I knew there was like a sneak peek and stuff, but I don't like spoil. Like I try to go in with this fresh view typically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't check it out.
So then, what are your thoughts about that, Drake? Because it seems like that's going to be more normal
Like
moving
a new
forward.
trend, a new
Yeah.
trend, like showing the first 7 minutes of the movie and then
yeah,
putting it out.
Viral did it for the first 5 minutes, and then you said what Netflix movie also did it?
So Army of Darkness, it's that new zombie film that's coming out for Netflix. They dropped the first 15 minutes. I think because it's Netflix and it's going to be streaming anyways, that's probably why they did an extended version. But this whole like teaser opening scene, maybe, Dre, how are your thoughts about that? Like, because Albert thinks, and I kind of agree, maybe it's like a ploy to get people back in the theater because how else to get hyped with something more than just a trailer?
Right. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I guess it feels more like something, people do with TV shows. Because they did that for Game of Thrones, like a week before the first episode, they released like the first 15 minutes of the show. So I guess like nowadays things are very kind of bingey and you want to like, get enthralled and then like have to watch more. So I guess it makes sense. So long, as it's not forced upon people. Some people want to avoid the spoilers, then they can, avoid the spoilers. It's smart. It makes sense, and it keeps you like relevant as far as in the sphere of bloggers, podcasts, and like pop discussion.
Keeps people talking.
Yeah, that's like a really important thing, right? Because for a while everyone was dropping a whole season all at once, right? Like Stranger Things just drops their whole first season. Here's Stranger Things, and everyone goes and binge watches it. And then now we see things more like Disney Plus, where Mandalorian and Falcon Winter Soldier are like kind of going more episodic, like week to week again, because you want to be relevant and discussed in the pop discussion for as long as you can. So it makes sense, like doing like little teasers, snippets. That's cool. I'll probably will avoid just kind of going fresh, but I get people wanting to watch a little bit of it, and then you can maybe save money if you think it looks kind of whack.
I'm on the same boat with Dre. Like I like to go into movies like fresh as well, even though it's kind of contradicting. Like I did watch the first 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat. Only reason why too is because I was just super excited about the movie.
Right.
But I do also like, let's say if you've seen the movie, I haven't seen the movie. I wait to ask for your opinion until I watch the movie because I really want to go in there fresh mindset. I don't want to be swayed either way. So I'm on the boat with Dre. Like I want to go into a movie fresh, but it's a good way. It like now hearing Spiral has released the first 5 minutes. It kind of makes me want to watch the trailer, but also now like, oh, well, I don't want to watch it. Like, I'm just gonna make sure to watch it when it comes out, in the theaters now, because to avoid watching the first 5 minutes.
But who's rocking the boat, Ace?
Who's rocking the boat? Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. So you and Dre and Aaliyah are on the same boat.
Yeah, come on.
That'd be a beautiful thing.
I feel like that's a bad, like that's the start of a bad joke. I'm sorry, y'all. No. Albert, Spiral. Are you hyped to watch Spiral? Are you gonna watch Spiral?
No, not at all. I don't think so.
No, not even with Samuel L. Jackson.
Nah, not. But yeah, back to the like their whole 7-minute preview and stuff.
7 Minute in Heaven.
Yeah, I watched it, but I wish I didn't watched it. I was too I don't think I have self-control. If I'm hyped about it, I won't have self-control, and I'll watch the first. If they were to release it, I'd watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But for something like Spiral, if I'm not interested, I probably won't watch it. But if everyone's talking about it, then I'll watch that first 5 minutes, and then I was like, and then from there I'll take it whether or not I'll watch the film.
But you don't like gore, right? Because I mean, Spiral's coming from Saw, and Saw is very gory and bloody.
Well, yeah, I only like the first one.
Yeah, I only enjoyed the first one as well too. Like I think after that they got kind of weird. You're like, oh, let's give them the shock factor and like make it all like really gruesome, and rather than the first one, it was like really a mind game and trying to figure out what was going on, and then
self-contained.
Yeah, and then the little twist at the end, like, oh, whoa,
Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, I like that part of it. Regarding Spiral, I did ask you guys regarding like, oh, like, is this gonna be an interesting movie? Like, is this something that you can kind of like consider? I am kind of interested on watching it. I know it's from the book of Saw, so it's not technically following Saw. And from the previews that I've seen, it seems like it kind of goes more of the direction of like Seven, and then kind of like following the killer, like finding the clues, like, or like Bone Collector, like where they're trying to figure out the clues and find out who the killer was, rather than it being more like, all right, we're just gonna kill this person, chop off his arm, and then put leeches on it and then put it in a box. Like, well, okay, well, this one has a little bit more thought behind it. So,
is Bone Collector the one with Snoop Dogg?
No, it's with Mr. Denzel Washington.
Bone Collect, yeah, that's Denzel. You're thinking of Bones, Albert. Bones is Snoop Dogg.
No, it's just a dog and collecting a bone.
Oh my god.
Well, that too, but I knew he was in a movie with like some bone or something.
Bones. You're thinking of Bones. He was Jimmy Bones. Yeah, I watched that movie. It's not bad actually. And
But Bone
Ace,
Collector I actually really enjoyed as well too. Like it's because
and
it's
like
the
Kiss the
whole
Girls,
figuring
right?
out. Yeah. Well, I don't kiss girls.
No, no, the movie.
Oh, yeah. That movie was good too.
Oh dear. Well, to give you some background about Spyro, because I have seen all the Saws.
Oh, you seen Spiral already?
No, but
Oh.
but the director of Spyro is the same director of Saw 2, 3, and 4, where you really get into the mythos of who Jigsaw really is as a person, because he's very idealistic, and that's kind of what they explore in the sequels. And so a lot of his kills are very targeted, and he has like something very like it's to the complete extreme end, right? But it's like, if you're a drug user, he's gonna like, okay, cool, you really love drugs that much, let's see if you love drugs more than your life. And he basically puts you through this trap, this challenge, to see like, are you gonna save yourself or succumb to the drugs that I've injected into you. And like there's other things where they follow this detective in some of the sequels, where he has trauma from his daughter, and like, is he gonna forgive the guy who killed his daughter? And he's put through all these trials and tribulations of other people being tortured basically to death and going through all this like hell, just to prove a point, like, you care more about your vengeance than you do the actual people that you're hurting along the way. So that's why a lot of people really like the Saw sequels, especially 2, 3, 4, because of this director who's with Spyro. And Chris Rock specifically wanted him because Chris Rock is a huge Saw fan. And he was like, no, 2, 3, 4 is the best ones. I need him back. I need to make a movie with him. And it's gonna, like you said, like a 7 style. Like, it needs to be in the world of Saw, but not be the same guy, because spoiler alert, the guy does eventually die because he has cancer. Which you find out in the first movie. So everyone's seen the first one, and he has cancer.
So I can already imagine where if Dre was in a Saw movie, it would be like, do you want me to step on your club of langs? Which one's more important? Your club of langs or your life, Dre? You want to play a game?
And I'd be like, I play games, but I don't play those games.
And then just
Dre gets
not
clubbed to
it's not
death
even-
by shoes.
and it's not even his shoes. Like, that's not your shoe size. You've passed your first test.
And that's when he saws off his leg, his ankles. Like, yo, this is what prosthetics are for, right?
Yeah, so long as my clubber langs are clean. All worth it.
He gets one drop of blood and just like, all right, fuck it, let's just end it here.
Hey, wait, these aren't Clubber Langs. These are Mr. T's, man. These are fake.
These are Floverlangs.
Yeah, what the hell?
With that blood, it's
These
bloody
are Apollo
veins.
Creeds, man.
Oh dear. Yeah, just wondering you guys' thoughts on, like this whole hype. And Dre, to go back to what you're saying about Game of Thrones, because I know you love Game of Thrones. Are you hyped for House of Dragon?
A little bit, yeah. Resetting everything. I guess it's clearly going to be a new team, but set in the world of A Song of Ice and Fire, where they have like a good source material. Because obviously with Game of Thrones, starting season like 5-ish, they're beyond the books and kind of having to like make up the content within a year each season, so it's tough. So this, they have a lot of source material. I think I'm just happy to see more stuff within that world. It's weird that they had like 5 or 6 different shows in like pre-talk, or not like production, but like in like the works of trying to become a show. So I think that's really excessive. We don't need that much. I know there's like Game of Thrones became like the biggest thing to happen to like TV like ever. So there's like want more money. But I'll take like one more show, maybe 2 from Song of Ice and Fire world, and I think you're kind of milking it for too much after that. But yeah, I'll take any more that I can get. I've always loved fantasy. If it's done well and with some good effort into it, then I think it could be interesting to see stuff about the Targaryens and all their conquests and stuff.
So all of these were like, all of it's being based from the book. So all of this has been written out already.
Well, like, so he has another book that I think it's just called like
It's the history, right?
Yeah, it's just like a history of the Targaryen
Mm.
and all them, like all the kings and the brothers and sisters and their dragons and all that. So I was listening to it for a little bit on audio, and it's like it's told through the eyes of their kind of septons, or the people, they're like, for each house or whoever was like the high septon at court, like he's just kind of documenting it, so it's almost like a documentary kind of vibe. But yeah, I think it should be pretty good. And actually, what's wild is that I think Game of Thrones, if I remember correctly, like that was just supposed to be like one book,
Mm-hmm.
and he was filling out like all the houses, like kind of just writing out like, I mean, in the back of Game of Thrones, there's like a huge section of all the houses and like who's married to whom and what they look like and their sigils and all that sort of stuff. And so he was just doing that just to flesh out the backstories so he can better write like the world. And he just got so into that, and it became so thick that he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make like a full series out of it." So it's kind of crazy how much history that he's written to just kind of fill out the context of this like one kind of main story and plot line.
Yeah, we got dumb thick.
Yeah.
It got ace thick.
Oh
Big
damn.
boys, double C's. Question, Greg. If they made a Game of Thrones inspired shoe, or maybe Nike SB, would you be interested on copying that?
They did make an Adidas inspired Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Something like that. I mean, if it looked good, I would. Like if they were to it's kind of weird because they redid the like Three Bears pack, kind of, right, with like the Grateful Dead bear thing.
Yeah.
If they hadn't have done those and they like redid the Three Bears pack, but with like the dire wolves or something, or like a dire wolf, a dragon version, which would be like snakeskin, Tiffany's type material, and then the third one maybe being like a kraken or something like that. Like,
Yo, Nike signed this kid already. What's up, man? They need to put you in the design room real quick.
My bowling pack idea, man, that stuff was fire. That could have been killer if they did my bowling pack.
I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna release it and probably rename it something else.
After watching this podcast,
Yeah. Like, oh, he's getting big. Release the bowling pack.
Release the bowling pack. Like the Kraken.
And reissue the Clubber Langs.
As a low.
Never that.
But Dre, are you more hyped for, or rather, are you as hyped for the Lord of the Rings series that's going to come out as you were when Game of Thrones first came out? Because Lord of the Rings obviously has like a huge history.
Right. No, not as hyped. Like I was really hyped for Game of Thrones when it was going to come out because reading the books and I was loving the series, and it's HBO and it's, you find out it's going to have like all the things that come along with HBO, so like all the cursing and nudity and all that sort of stuff. Since for the Lord of the Rings, it's not from the main books. It's like a precursor, like is it from the first age, the second age, I guess? Second age. Right?
Second age, yeah. It's Sauron's uprising.
Okay, and like the creation of the rings or whatever.
Correct.
So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen anything of it yet, so maybe when I see some things, I'll get pretty juiced on it.
Are you waiting for the 7-minute trailer?
Yeah, that I'll watch because I watched the Game of Thrones one, and when I watched it, I was like, wow, they did it. They like actually took pretty much like everything that was in the book from those pages and put it on there. So that one really got me amped. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, it's big up there. Like I'm crazy about, as far as book series, is Harry Potter is in my top 3, then Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. But I think
in that order?
No. I think I enjoyed Game of Thrones most.
Oh, more than Harry Potter?
Because it's just like it's so deep, and I guess there's just more content because the books can be like 1,000 pages, or more. I love Harry Potter. I'd probably go Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, then
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But I identify with Harry Potter more because it was just like, like growing up, I was like kind of kept on reading the books. And Song of Ice and Fire hasn't finished yet. He takes like too long in between books. So
He might take even longer because I believe they're paying him to be a consultant for the new like 5-6 series or whatever.
yeah, part of me is thinking that he may like never finish the books. Like I wonder if he like his whole plan, because reading the books and how the way he kills off characters, and it's such like he just f's with your mind, like he just f's with the reader. It's like this weird sadistic thing that like I could really see him never having planned on finishing the books as like just a final fu to his readers, and which would also make sense for him to agree to do the show and let it surpass him in his storytelling, and either one give away what's going to happen without him writing it, because this has probably been a thing that's never happened before, like a person who has this long series and then showrunners go ahead and finish the story before the person can even write it. So that doesn't make sense. So either like he's going to go a different way from what the show was, and he's like, okay, you guys do your thing, that's one universe, and my book is going to be like an alternate universe, or my book is the main universe and the show is just like a D&D universe. Or he's like, yeah, you guys do it because I'm never going to finish this because screw you people.
And he's also reportedly getting 8 figures.
8 figures?
8 figures.
For being a consultant.
For these new 6 series.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow. I mean, they make a lot of money. And the fans really feel some type of way about Benioff and Weiss. So, I think HBO needs to say this is supported by George R.R. Martin, because then they'll just, the fans will probably critique any like decision that gets made. So I could even see him not even really doing anything. It's just like, hey, let us just put your name in the producers section and we'll pay you like 8 figures. Like, sure.
Out of all the series in the talks, I think I was most excited about the Night Stalker background. I think there were gonna be
the Night King.
Or yeah, there you go, Night Stalker.
Night Stalker is Richard Ramirez. Albert.
Yeah, I heard he was gonna make an appearance. That's why.
Richard Ramirez is gonna make an appearance in the Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the Night King. I heard they were gonna do like a little backstory on him. I was most excited for that one, but I don't think that got the green light.
No, I liked. I was most excited about Robert's Rebellion. It would have been the closest to the Game of Thrones,
and that, yeah.
And then we would have been able to see characters that we've already seen, but I guess younger, so different actors, unfortunately. But we would see Tywin in that, which would be really cool because Tywin Lannister is a really, really great character. So yeah, that was the main one. I don't know if that one got shelved, because I know one film, like one show was really close to like actually getting greenlit, and then it just got canceled, right? I think they even filmed like a pilot, and I guess it was so bad that
yeah.
It's like, nah. So, but yeah, the Night King would be interesting.
Agreed.
And bro, I think you yet to watch Game of Thrones? You still haven't watched it.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you for putting me on blast. Negative, yeah.
You put yourself on blast.
I have not watched any Game of Thrones yet.
You've had this whole pandemic to watch.
And miss out on the Tiger King?
Yo, Tiger King was pre-pandemic though.
Yo, Tiger King got nothing on Game of Thrones.
But I'll tell you, yeah, I will watch Game of Thrones. It sounds weird. It's something that I haven't gone around to yet, but it's one of those things you probably have to dedicate a lot of time to, right? Because I don't want to watch it, stop, and then watch it again. I really do want to watch it and give its due diligence.
But that's how we all watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's your fault.
Life
is about choices, and that was a choice you made.
I'm on season 3 of Breaking Bad, so if you want to get my opinions on it, you're gonna have to watch
Game of Thrones.
I watched all of Lost for Dre during the pandemic. So that was 120 episodes.
But you felt good afterwards, right?
There was a point in the middle where I was like, this definitely has to be during the writer's strike because I'm like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
shit got a little boring. But overall, especially the first like 2 seasons, I was like,
First 3 seasons.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And I liked the ending, not the actual, like, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone in case someone hasn't watched it, Albert, but like the lead up to the ending, I was like, this is really interesting. I've not seen this before ever.
Yeah, I rewatched it with the girlie over the pandemic, and
The girlie you don't kiss.
No. You said girl. She's a woman. Oh,
Oh.
she's a woman.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Hey.
But
I'm gonna go sit
she
down.
really, really enjoyed Lost,
Oh, okay.
and she was glad that she went on that journey. Yeah, and I think she felt the same roller coaster with you as I think with seasons 4 and 5.
Okay.
But overall, like, she really enjoyed Lost. Hey, shout out Anna. Shout out.
Hi, Anna.
I mean,
Setting in the quarter.
that's where like binge watching helps too. Like, because if there's a bad episode, you can kind of just get over it quickly. It's like, you press next or it just happens next. And if they hit on the next episode, all's forgiven a little bit. So I think that also helps. But yeah, Lost was one of those ones. It's like obviously started great. Had the J.J. Abrams issue of like he's great at posing questions, but he doesn't have any of the answers. Like, so it starts off amazing, and then when they actually have to like explain or have good reasons for why it's happening, it starts to get a little flimsy. But I just thought the journey was so entertaining.
Yeah, every episode you had so many questions that you want answered. 7 of them get answered, and then 13 new ones gets asked.
But it wasn't too like over dramatic because if there's too much drama, shows can lose me for sure.
Wow.
And there wasn't like, there was necessary drama because of all the characters that were there. It wasn't just like 3 people like solve their problems, but then like 8 new problems come up for those same 3 people. It was just always evolving, like in a very, not that it was linear, but like in a very like linear is not the right word. No, not parallel, but like
perpendicular.
It had good pacing, is what I'm trying to say.
Like an ellipses, maybe, of like.
It was like a sine curve.
A sine curve.
Like
yeah, look it up. I hate all of you.
Sine curve.
Would you like Mr. Echo?
My favorite character was Saeed Jarrah.
Yeah.
Saeed was a badass.
Yeah, Saeed was great.
Albert has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was just a funny name.
But that's the funny thing is, every time he were to meet somebody new, what is your name? I'm so and so. My name is Saeed Jarrah. Like, okay, well, why do you have to say your name like that, bro? I'm lost.
Oh my god. No, that dude was money. Absolute money. A recommendation I have for all of you, in case you haven't started, it is an animated story. So Dre, you might be a little turned off. It's not an anime, but it's animation.
Oh, Family Guy.
No, nice tries. No, it's not Big Network. It's an Amazon original about superheroes. Invincible.
I've heard
Invincible, guys, is amazing. It's so good. The voice actors.
Mark Wahlberg, right? On Disney Plus?
Huh?
Where he tries out for Philadelphia Eagles as a regular Joe?
No, it's an animation. It's not a movie.
Oh, okay. Talking about the movie with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
That's Unbreakable.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Invincible.
That's where the lady can't see the guy.
That's Invisible.
Oh.
No, Invincible. It has Steven Yeun, J.K. Simmons, Zazie Beetz.
Oh, he makes good music.
Yeah.
That's Swiss Beats.
Oh.
No, so Zazie.
Man, you're acting so Zazie.
So Zazie is Swiss Beats.
That's John's nickname, Zaddy.
Is that what's happening?
I'm just gonna say it's a good ass show. Great voice acting. It's not your typical superhero show. That can be said about a lot of things nowadays, but no, it's really good.
The first season ended recently, right?
The first season just ended. Each episode's like 40 minutes long.
How many episodes per season?
so far it's one season. They were signed. It did so well. They've signed for 2 more.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's only 8 episodes. But it's so good.
Invincible.
Invincible, correct.
Okay, check it out. You said Amazon, right?
Amazon original.
Gotcha.
You're welcome. Take that,
Check
Dre.
it out. So that means I have to push back Game of Thrones down and then insert Invincible there.
Invincible is only 8 episodes, Ace. You can literally watch that in a weekend.
I'll try.
In my opinion.
I'll definitely give it a go. I'll watch it.
Watch the first episode, and if you don't like it, I'll buy you your favorite snack.
Cool. Is there a 7-minute trailer I can check out? Maybe. Jokes.
Albert, what's your favorite snack?
I don't know. I got three right now.
You have 3.
They're all on
What are the 3?
All in that webcam right now.
What's your favorite snack that's not Andre, me, or Ace?
Snickers.
I got one for you. What's your favorite road trip snack? And this goes to all 3 of you guys.
Okay. Beef jerky.
Beef jerky?
Knox loves that alien beef jerky.
Yeah, the alien beef jerky.
Because it's out of this world.
Oh my God.
Do you like the spicy one?
Oh no! Like, I'm never doing that again. I got like literally killed me. But yeah, some really good jerky, like some teriyaki or like a honey glaze flavor. I like kind of like the sweeter ones.
So you're saying no on Slim Jim, but alien jerky, yes.
I mean, Slim Jim's nice. I can snap into Slim Jim.
Okay.
I haven't had one of those in forever.
So other than Slim Jim, what's your road trip? What's a road trip? So you get beef jerky. If we're stopping at a gas station right now, what? All right, guys, I'm gonna fill up. Y'all grab some snacks. What are y'all gonna grab?
Gummy bears, red vines, Mike and Ike's.
Okay, nothing to drink. Keep going.
Water.
I'm just gonna swallow my spit.
Oh yeah, I got the beef jerky and a Sprite. For some
Okay.
reason, road trip is when I like would do a Sprite 7-Up kind of vibe.
Right, 7 Up. Okay. How about you, Albert?
Munchies, the chips, and then
Oh wait, the which ones?
if I'm feeling spicy, I'll get the spicy, but I usually go for the cheese one.
Yeah,
Okay.
spicy ones are good.
If I'm driving, I'm gonna definitely pick up a Monster,
Which
And,
color?
the blue one,
Okay.
right? And then any kind of peach ring. It could be the watermelon flavor,
Yeah.
peach, strawberry, chocolate. Not so much because I always feel like road trips are during when it's hot outside, so I don't want that chocolate to melt.
Mm-hmm.
But I will get me combos. I don't know if you guys remember combos.
I do remember.
They kind of look like dog treats.
They do look like dog treats.
But yeah, that's my road trip snacks right there.
It sounds like you're going on a road trip soon, Ace.
I mean, I'm trying to, we're all gonna go on a road trip pretty soon for Dre, so trying to get you guys prepared.
Oh, that's gonna be a wild podcast afterwards, huh?
Oh, we're probably gonna shoot
During
an
and afterwards.
Oh yeah, during and after.
We're gonna definitely shoot an episode on your bachelor party trip
On location, right?
on set. Hey, what's up, guys?
No
And
cameras whatsoever.
All these little things are happening behind us.
Tassels,
Don't pay attention to that.
tassels flying around in the background.
We hope. We hope he wears tassels.
Oh, wow.
Can we get a 7-minute trailer for that?
That means it's just one tassel.
All right. And on that note, everyone,
A helicopter behind you, Dre. What the hell?
I think it's a good time to end it here, y'all. Thanks so much for stopping by again. Ace, Andre, Albert, love you guys. We'll see you all next week.
Bye, flops.